Hi, my name is Mary Stevenson, and this is my literacy journey. The things I remember from childhood that helped me on my learning journey through the world of literacy are my mother, of course, the many books of all kinds in my house, at the library, and at school, and school itself, especially story times. My mother, the #1 influence in my life. She read to my sisters and I every night, and she always kept a multitude of books of all different varieties in the house, from Greek mythology anthems, encyclopedias, yes, I'm that old, no internet when I was young, Shakespeare, to Dr. Seuss. She was a math teacher at a public school and would bring home books that were being tossed out from the school from time to time. And that helped us keep a fresh stock of books at hand at any time. My mom also took us to the library once a month. She signed us up for reading contests in the summer, where if you read a certain number of books, you would win a free personal pan pizza. These types of programs helped keep our love of books fresh and thriving. Our community library was always stocked with something new, from books to movies and books on tape. I always enjoyed those.
You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the chimes ring like this.
School. Of course, school greatly influenced my abilities in literacy. At school, the students had ample opportunities to read silently, out loud, and to each other. Motivational posters were posted throughout the school, promoting the joy and importance of reading. I also remember the teachers, including the school librarians, reading to us aloud. Story times in the library at school were my favorite. I'll never forget Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and excerpts from Wayside School is Falling Down. There are many books from my childhood that I still love dearly, and I get excited about reading them to my own children. I love to see the reactions to the stories and see them fall in love with the characters the way I did. Books like One Fish, Two Fish by Dr. Seuss, Jumanji by Chris Van Allsburg, and Shel Silverstein's wonderfully silly poems. I grew up reading and storytelling to my younger sisters, and now I do that with my children, and I currently work in Norfolk Public Schools promoting literacy through music with a program I wrote that incorporates music into lessons about reading. I go in and do a 45-minute program with the students. I always tell the children that I've come to have fun with them and do my 2 favorite things, which is telling stories and singing songs. I guess I'm still a child at heart. In the program, I do mini lessons during each song. For example, we'll go over some of their Dolch words or sight words, and then we do activities with the words. Like when they hear the word in, I-N, during the song, they do a certain movement, like touch their nose or wiggle their fingers. And then we sing Animal Crackers in My Soup. And I love to see them anticipating the cue word throughout the song so that they can wiggle those fingers or touch their nose. My hope for the program is to support a love of stories and music and instill the idea that learning is fun. And although I'll be teaching high school history, I plan to maintain and instill a love of stories and literature throughout my courses. I think if I can connect that idea of fun and childhood, that maybe my students will love reading about the past. I plan on incorporating reading in the classroom itself, meaning I'm not just assigning reading for home. Reading silently and then discussing the material in class is a good practice, especially the discussion or activities afterwards to check for comprehension. I think having them read aloud is also beneficial. I recognize that some students may have anxiety about reading aloud. I will work with them on their level, whether it means assigning them shorter passages or going over terminology before reading aloud so they aren't struggling with new concepts. I think reading aloud helps students connect with each other as a team and also gives me, the educator, a good idea of what reading level they're currently on. I also feel it's important for me to read to them sometimes. If I read to my students, it will feel more like a story time. And storytelling is a passion of mine. Who doesn't love a good story? And after all, what is history if not the story of the past?